Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tip Drill. I'm Maurice, joined as always by Xavier Pereira, and today we're going to be discussing the return of Iron Mike Tyson, as well as Le'Veon and Jamal Adams beefing on Twitter. I'm so good at this. Now, before we get started, be sure to subscribe. That's all I got. 54-year-old Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, returns to the ring, and he's fighting. No one cares who he's fighting. It's Iron Mike Tyson. And then also Nate Robinson and Jake Paul are an undercard to that fight. So, X, I want to get your opinion. Who wins, Iron Mike Tyson or the other guy?
Well, let's just hope it's not a hoverboard so Mike Tyson doesn't bust his ass again. It's great to see Mike back in the ring. He had an interview, I think it was on ESPN, where he's talking about, why not if he can still do it? And I agree, he's always posting those workout videos. He looks like he still got it, so it's going to be a good fight. Mike better show up, because there's no biting ears no more, I guess.
Nate Robinson and Jake Paul undercarding that fight. No one really cares about that, though. That's just some sort of publicity stunt for Jake Paul, I guess, just to get back in the news. Mm-hmm. I want to see Nate Robinson, even though he's like 5'9", I want to see him absolutely sleep Jake Paul.
Yeah, just make it quick, because I want to watch Mike Tyson fight.
Maurice Jones-Drew, he was a former NFL player, former running back. Now he's an NFL analyst. I don't know who gave him that job, but MJD created a list of the top 10 most talented teams in the NFL. And it's bad. It's really bad. I'll be the first to tell you that. He put the Falcons at 2. Now, X, I know you can do a better job than that.
It's rough. It's a rough list. And that's not to, say that the Atlanta Falcons aren't a talented team. It's just when you put them ranked above teams like San Francisco, above Baltimore, it's rough to take that list serious, because it's they have Julio Jones and they have Matt Ryan. So I just don't see why you'd put Atlanta above Baltimore, and even over a team like San Francisco, you know?
It's disrespectful to those teams like the Chiefs, where he put at 5, not even top 3. He put at 5. The Chiefs should be number 1. I mean, as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, that's the most talented team in football. You can put a bunch of people on the streets, a bunch of bums next to Patrick Mahomes, and they'd still be the most talented team in football. Now, with all that being said, put me and MJD on an undercard for that Mike Tyson fight, because I'm trying to throw hands at that man. If you thought that list was bad, you're going to hate the new Washington football team's name. And that's it. That's the name. It's the Washington football team. I know someone trademarked a bunch of the potential names that this Washington franchise could have used for their next name, but that's the best thing you can come up with is the football team.
I feel like they should have just left it as the Redskins until they actually get their real name, you know, because now it's just like another thing to laugh at them.
They just can't get their shit together. Now, I know all of you, if you watch football, if you go on Instagram and scroll through Instagram, you probably saw this, but Jamal Adams was traded to Seattle. He finally got away from the Jets. This came after his comments about Adam Gase being a terrible coach, which Adam Gase is a terrible coach. He wasn't wrong about that. Maybe he shouldn't have spoke out about it, but hey, it doesn't matter anymore. He's not on that team. Now, veonBell sent something about Jamal Adams. I read that tweet 5 times. I didn't really understand what it said. I don't know. Le'Veon was trying to say something to Jamal. Jamal said something back and said, I'll see you week whatever, whenever the Jets play the Seattle Seahawks. But all that aside, all that beef aside, who do you think won this trade, the Jets or Seattle?
Really, this is the best, in my opinion, the best safety in the NFL right now. Because he's young, he has so much potential, and he's not. This isn't Jamal in his prime. This isn't Jamal at his best. Because, sucks to say, but the Jets are a horrible organization right now. They are completely in rebuild mode because they traded the star on defense. They've traded their star D-tackle. They've traded their star safety. They've traded their star wide receiver. You got a guy that's seeing ghosts and a running back who wanted to get paid millions and got a couple $100,000. I don't know what the Jets are doing. The Jets, this was their last hope, is keeping Jamal. If they were able to keep Jamal, I would say they probably had a fighting chance, maybe winning a couple games.
Seattle traded 2 first-round picks for him, which I think it seems like an awful load to trade for a safety, but Jamal was such a key piece to that Jets defense, and he can become a key piece of the Seattle defense. Like you said, this isn't Jamal in his prime. This is his third. He's been in the league for 3 years, and he still hasn't reached his full potential. He still has such a high ceiling, and the way that he plays is already a top safety in the league, and he's just going to continue to get better. Now, he can be a big piece for the Seattle team if they're able to sign him to a long-term deal, because remember, he's still on that Jets contract. They just adopted that Jets contract when they took the deal with him. He still needs to be signed on long-term. So if Seattle wants to keep him, which they probably should sign him soon, considering they gave up 2 first-round picks for him.
Mm-hmm.
Jamal could be a key piece to that Seattle defense, and the Jets definitely lost something. They still have so many pieces to fill, and you said it best. The Jets are a mess. With that offense, DK Metcalf coming into his second year, and that defense with Jamal Adams, the addition of Jamal Adams, the defensive line still needs some work, I think, but Bobby Wagner, Jamal Adams, that's going to be a combo.
It's just going to be scary because then they're going to have to pay everybody. Because remember, DK's on his rookie contract. Got to pay Jamal. Got to make sure Bobby Wagner stays. They're going to turn into the Chiefs situation where you got to make sure your team is being paid.
If the Chiefs can do it, then Seattle.
I know they got Chris Jones. I don't know how they got Chris Jones, but they got him. I don't know.
They out here paying Chris Jones with food stamps. Bro.
Patrick, yep. We'll give you coupons at the game, bitch.
All right, that's all we got for you today. If you're excited to see Iron Mike in the ring again, I know I am. Be sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, because I want you to.
Make sure you hit the like button.